Let's have a seat. Ooh. Ooh, bit of a stretch. I'm gonna be chatting quite a bit, so let me get real comfortable first. I hope you guys have had a great start to the new year and you're all doing well. Today I'm just gonna go through some of the clothes, shoes, whatnot that I've bought in the past 4 to 6 months or so, and walk you through why I bought it, how I styled them, and any fun facts that I may have to share along the way. So this has actually been a video that I've been wanting to film for a while now, because it feels like for the first time in a long time I'm actually happy, like very happy with everything that I've bought. I'm wearing them out more frequently and I just really enjoy wearing them. So let's get into the first piece, which will be, let's see, which will be, where do we start? Okay, so kicking things off here, I have the Ketra hoodie from Kiko Kostadinov. This is from his Solo 2022 collection. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but it's spelled XOLO. And at the time he released this hoodie in 3 different colorways. It came in a brown, which I have right now, a blue, and also a green variant. And I managed to snag this off Grailed for what I think is a pretty good price. It was sold for close to retail, so pretty chuffed about that. I love how comfortable it is, especially with how it feels on the body. It's just a very cozy, comfy hoodie to wear, and that's really down to the sort of material that Kiko decided to go with. I believe it's a very special sort of yarn that's used for this hoodie, and the way it just kind of sits, especially along the waist when it's zipped up. The hem forms a sort of asymmetric looking silhouette on your body, and I feel like this is very unique, especially when it comes to layering. If you were to layer this with a shirt underneath, and you're wearing like an overcoat over it, it just presents a very unique, very playful look that again it's not really common out there. Yeah, what I love about Kiko is the direction that he's taken men's fashion, and it's pushing the boundaries a bit, but also not too far to the point where, for people like me who aren't so adventurous, it kind of creates a safe space for you to experiment without making you seem too outlandish, when you're out and about. Next up is another item from Kiko, and that is a pair of jeans from his recent collaboration with Levi's. I believe this came out a couple months ago, last year now, and yeah, this was a collaboration which was really interesting for me, since I don't remember him ever actually producing any denim items. I think this is his very first time actually. But yeah, the moment I saw this, I knew that yeah, I have to have this in my collection. I don't have an extensive collection of jeans, so having this as one of my staples it made sense at the time, and yeah, I'm really glad I made that decision. So one thing with Kiko is that the guy's always creating something new. He's not the type of person that will go back to a past collection that did well and redo the same item over and over again. He's just seems to have so many ideas that he can just keep pumping and creating new collections that are all so different from each other. So yeah, that makes buying limited items like this even more special for myself. So at a glance you may think that this is just a regular pair of Levi's jeans, but as you take a closer look, you'll notice that it does have that Kiko flair all over it. So one feature that really stands out is the paneling that's been done around the knees, you'll notice that there's some really intricate darting and pleating going on in this area, and it's surrounded by these rivets which help to embellish the overall design that's going on. And it's not only stylish, not only elegant to look at, but there's also a bit of functionality around it as well. So this sort of pleating that he does is something that he's coined as K-darting. It's something that I think he's done a lot recently in his collections. It's not only limited to work that he's done on these jeans, but also you'll see it on some jackets that he's done, some shirts, some tops. Also, another cool feature is the way that these jeans have been hemmed. In particular with these ones, he's hemmed them in a way where the length in the front is longer than the length in the back, and I suppose that's just to help with the jeans not dragging on the floor. And so from a stylistic and functional standpoint, yes, that's great for me. It allows me to have the jeans sit nicely on my boots, wherein, you know, the jeans are a bit on the longer side so they can puddle up quite nicely, but I don't have to worry about the back of my jeans being scraped and dragged around and me inevitably ruining them. So that's great. And finally, every Levi's jeans has that infamous tab at the back, and it's no exception with these, except that they've been redesigned to fit in line with this collaboration, which I think is a really nice touch. We're going to be talking about outerwear. We're going to be talking about jackets. At least the next few items will be about that. So first up, we have a jacket from Junya Watanabe. Junya Watanabe. Say it properly, mate. It's a bomber jacket, a wall paneled bomber jacket from, to be honest, I'm not sure what collection it is from. I just remember that it's either from 2020 or 2019, one of the COVID years. And I only remember this because the first time I came across it was in DSM London. I came across this bomber in exactly the same size at the time, size small. Tried it on, I really liked it, but yeah, the price was just not doing it for me. So, you know, I sensibly put it back on the rack and went my day. Turned out not so long after, my friend Francis, he actually bought that jacket, and fast forward a few years, we were talking about it, and that kind of got me wondering if, you know, it was available anywhere on eBay, on Grail, for me to perhaps pick up for a good price. And lo and behold, on Grail it was going for an absolute steal. It was, I swear, it was like a tenth of the retail price. You know how Junya clothing in general, especially jackets, coats, they're very expensive at retail. So getting this for a tenth of the price was, again, too good for me to give up. What can I say? Yeah, nothing much to it. It's a bomber jacket, but I suppose what makes it very unique to me is just the paneling that's present on the jacket. There's a good mix of materials going on. The sleeves are made out of leather. The panels along the body are made out of this fairisle wool, I believe it is, and you've got a very, you know, kind of preppy, neat collar to go with it. Not so much a jacket that I'd be wearing in much colder weathers, but I will say it is quite thick, so you can get away with wearing this if it's a bit chilly, but not right now though. Right, moving on is a jacket from the brand Engineered Garments. I suppose this is technically a blazer since it features buttons and a lapel as well. What I really like about this jacket is this herringbone finish that it comes in. You can flip the collar up and fasten it with a button at the front, and this will help to prevent any wind from getting in. I personally like wearing it this way. I think it gives off this really calm and cool aura whenever I do see someone wearing their blazer in this fashion. Alright, finally, to conclude this, what feels like a trilogy of me just talking about jackets, is this really nice overcoat from Sulvam. It's a coat that I've mentioned, I believe, in one of my previous videos where I was talking through one of the things I wanted to get on my wish list, and I actually followed through and bought something off it, and here it is. Sulvam is a Japanese brand. For those who do not know, they have a big emphasis on asymmetry, really sharp cuts, and on this coat it's no exception. You can see this design language carried over into how the pockets are manufactured, how they're placed on the coat. But what I'm glad is that it doesn't take center stage in terms of how the coat looks. It still very much looks like a traditional overcoat. Again, it's got this nice herringbone finish to it. It's brown. It's just a nice coat that goes really well with a multitude of items in my wardrobe. And there are also some really cool features to it, especially these exposed seams, I want to say, that run along the pockets and also down the back of the coat as well. And the lapels are like really big. It's very reminiscent of this destroyed overcoat, I want to say, by Balenciaga from like spring summer 21, something around the time. I'll put up an image just for comparison, but me personally, I think this is better because the distressing isn't so overdone to the point where the coat makes you look like, you know, you're borderline homeless. Yeah, again, I wear this outside and I feel really good, really confident wearing it, which is hopefully how you guys feel when you wear your clothes. You want to be wearing stuff that you feel good in, and yeah, just really glad to have this in my collection. I think it's one of my favorite coats, and that's that. Finally, we're going to talk about footwear, and these are two items that I'm really happy to have in my collection. So first off is a pair of Adidas trainers. These were in collaboration with a brand called Song for the Mute, and these are well, I'm stuttering so much because I cannot find the words to describe how beautiful they are. These are amazing. It comes in this really nice burgundy colorway. The lacing system is pretty unique as well. You've got your usual shoelaces, and then they've added in this secondary pair of laces, which I actually decided to remove because I think it looks cleaner with just the regular kind of white laces. And I've worn these trainers out a ton. I've done quite a bit in them: walk, bike, run, not like run, but like run for the bus, let's say. And it's held up in all those sorts of situations, all those environments, and it's just a really sleek, dare I say, formal looking trainer as well, which I'm able to dress up a bit more smart casually and wear into work, which I really like, and they're just downright comfortable. Alright, so we're almost there towards the end of the video. If you've made it this far, then you'll get a big fat salute from yours truly. But here I have a very beautiful pair of boots from Lemaire. This is in fact my first purchase from a brand. I've seen a lot about them, but the only thing that really catches my attention is their footwear, and these boots in particular definitely caught my attention. So it comes in this very nice black tumbled leather. It's made out of calf leather and has this grained texture to it, and I've worn them a few times, and although the leather does look stiff, it's not the case at all. It's actually quite comfortable to wear, and that's the sort of thing you'd expect at this price point. What's also a very eye-catching feature is the toe box. The toe box is a sort of square asymmetric toe, which, if you were to compare it, is most similar to the Our Legacy Camion boot, but the difference here is that the lemaire boots are much more slimmer, sleeker in profile, and that's actually my preference. And in general, these are such a lovely pair of boots to wear, especially when you're going out for a date night or just something special. It's just really nice to slap on, and I'm sure if you're wearing this around your significant other, they'll really appreciate the special touch that you've put into your outfit by having these on.